Everybody. Today's episode of Club LP is episode 4, and we're going to be talking about personal experience that I had on a couple times. Got some really good evidence for you guys today, which I'll show you later. But first, let's get into what this really is all about. About a month ago, me and my brother were going to go on a UAP hunt. We decided to go on a UAP hunt that night. He's never really officially, formally been on a hunt with me. So I laid down some ground rules and I said, hey, I got 3 rules. 1, don't directly mock the UAPs. Don't agonize them. Whatever. Don't make them angry. Don't mock them. That was rule number 1. That was a big rule. Rule number 2, don't directly communicate with them. Communicate with them broadly. If there are any UAPs, we would love to see some UAPs, that kind of situation. Not directly with them. And rule number 3, never go hunting alone, which I break that rule all the time, so it's not, but it's a good suggestion. You should always have someone watching your back. Now, I don't know what happened, if someone broke a rule or what happened. But what ended up happening was I captured a UAP 3 times on Ring camera footage. I have the Ring camera video footage, which I will show here in just a couple of minutes. What happens is the UAP is captured initially, and it wasn't captured. It was just by happen chance, because it wasn't like the UAP caused the ring to go off. My brother was doing something in the front yard that caused the ring to go off, which then picked up the UAP just by happenstance. It wasn't it wasn't something that was caused by movement, that it picked up movement in the air. It was way too high, but it was a UAP. So in the first capture, in the first video frame, how Ring works is it'll capture 5-10 seconds of a video whenever a motion is detected in a certain zone, and then it'll wait 10 seconds, and if there's still motion there, it'll record another 10 seconds. So they're about 10-second frames each, right? So in the first video, in the first frame of the 3-frame event, you capture the UAP. It's still kind of light out. It's a UAP, and it's coming, and it goes across the whole span of the frame. It goes across the entire 10 seconds of the video. It goes behind the roof. You can't see it anymore. The second frame, when it happens, it's the same type of UAP in the same spot, but it's happening maybe 30 minutes later. Excuse me. It comes and goes halfway through the frame. So for some reason, this one took double the time, because it goes halfway through the frame in the first 10 seconds. Then you have the third frame where it goes all the way, the rest of the way through the frame. And I actually here's what's really interesting. It goes halfway through the first time in 10 seconds. But the second frame, it doesn't take the entire 10 seconds. It goes through in 2 or 3 seconds. So that means this thing has propulsion to it. It has abnormal propulsion. It means it was able to kind of slowly go in the air and kind of hover a little bit for 10 seconds. And then in 3 seconds, it goes boom, it's zap, it's gone. So it drastically increased thrust, drastically increased its propulsion. That's another reason why I believe it to be UAP. Now, there's no blinking indicator light, So it's not an airplane. That's the biggest thing is like people say, oh, I have a UAP, I have a UAP. Yeah, well, what's the like 2, 3 blinking lights on it? That's not a UAP, buddy. That's an airplane. This had no blinking light. It had just basically, essentially, just regular, kind of like a ball of light. And it wasn't actually like fully formed. It was kind of wobbly. It was not it was not like, I don't think it was even metal. I don't think it was like metal. It looked as just a ball of light, more like a fireball, but not the color of fire. I mean, at the time it could be. I don't know. I mean, on the ring, it's kind of, some of it's in night vision on the ring, so we really don't know what color it was. But the reason I say fireball is because over the summer, last summer, I had an experience on the same porch. I was out on the deck. I was out on the porch, and I was messing with UAP detection device on my computer. And basically, you hook up a webcam and you point it to the sky, and it detects any sort of anomalous things that's there that it doesn't think are an airplane or anything like that. So I was messing with that. I had it hooked up. I had it like on the back of my car. I was pointing it up to the sky. I didn't really get anything. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to mess with this, see if I can, mess with the settings, see if there's something that I can do to get this to work. And then all of a sudden, I'm out there all alone. I'm messing with this thing. I'm on the porch. I'm sitting on the porch. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see right in front of me, directly in front of me, because I was looking down. So I see in the corner of my eye, right above me, in front of me, is this massive ball of light. It was like a fireball. It was crazy. It was something I've never seen ever in my entire life. It was this massive fireball. And it started all the way from maybe 300 feet in front of me, on the height of these large, very large cedar trees. Very large cedar trees that we have that kind of separate our neighborhood from some apartments that are in front of us. So it was the same height of those cedar trees. And it was about 500 feet in front of me. I see it coming. It comes. It curves. It starts curving towards me. And now it gets lower. Now it gets maybe only twice the size of my roof. So let's say about 20 feet in the air. So now we're talking about this thing's only 20 feet in the air. It's right above me. It comes right over to the house, kind of in between my house and the neighbor's house. I see it. I literally see the fire coming off of it. It's like a fireball, but not the color of fire, but more so the reddest red I've ever seen in my life. The darkest, deepest, most like on the American flag, that kind of burgundy, super burgundy red. And then all of a sudden it disappears. The whole thing disappears. It doesn't even dissipate. It goes, it curves a little bit, gets in between me and my neighbor's yard, and then just poof, disappears. It's insane. It's crazy. It's really, honestly, one of the craziest experiences I've ever had in my entire life. Maybe one of only 3 or 4 times maybe one of 2 or 3 times where I've actually firsthand seen a UAP, what I believe a UAP is. Most of the times you'll see it in review on a camera. It's oh, look, the camera caught this. No, this was in real life. It wasn't moving fast either. It was going slow, and it was just insane. And the reason I make this connection here is because both times that this has happened in that kind of area, it has been when me or someone else, or me and someone else, have been poking around and trying to get the attention of UAPs and trying to capture UAPs. And that's been our intent both of those times that's happened on these separate occasions. And these are months apart. And I think that is the main thing that we have to take away from this, is that if you intend to capture something, if there's something you intend to capture, I believe these UAPs kind of have feelings, and they can feel that, and they can it's kind of like a distress signal. It's like, oh, okay, they want a show, we're gonna give them a show, and oh boy, did they give us a show. So let me get into this. I'm gonna share my screen with you here. I'm gonna pull up this video. There's 3 videos. I'm gonna pull up the one, and I'm gonna go in order of when they happened. So I think there's timestamps on here. There are timestamps. We'll have to find them. So this happened about 8 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock at night. It was still kind of summerish. It was October. This happened on October 2nd. It was about 8 o'clock at night. Just watch. And if you see right here, right up where this ring logo is, I don't know why that's on there. Look, right there. It's boom, right there. And then what was that? Wait a second. There was something else here. Okay, that's an insect. That's the important part to look out for. You can see my mouse on the screen. These are insects. Let me show you right here. That is an insect flying. It's very close to the camera. There's lights on. It's an insect, and you can see it zip by. But up here, here's where the UAP is. See, look, it's already gone. Look how fast this thing went here. So they're actually 20 seconds, not 10. But look, it's there. It's there. It kind of dips behind the ring logo. Look, it's right there, right in the O. And then it goes. Right there, no propulsion. Look, there's nothing. There's no propulsion on it. Well, there's propulsion, obviously. But there's no trail. There's no lights. And it crossed that whole span in 14 seconds. That is very, very strange. That does not happen. Look how quick this thing goes. Not 14, actually. Actually, yeah, I was right. About 11 seconds. It crosses the whole screen in 11 seconds. Kind of appears out of nowhere. It's right there. It's moving. Let me see if I go frame to frame. Here, I can go frame by frame. We see some bugs. It's moving. It goes through the ring thing, and then it's kind of cool because it kind of goes right there. Look, it almost shrinks a little bit. And we do see something. There is some sort of propulsion behind it, actually. Because look, if you can see right here in this frame, you can see it's there's some sort of trail behind it here. There's a slight bit of distortion. I wonder if I can zoom in. I don't think I can zoom in. Yeah, there's some sort of propulsion behind it right here in this frame. If you can see that right there, it's a propulsion. It's like some sort of pixelated stuff behind it, and then boom, it kind of goes away, and then it keeps going. Mind you, we don't know what this is. Look, and then you can see it again here. For a couple of frames, it has some pixelated stuff behind it, which I think means it's either moving very quickly or, yeah, it's like changing its speed. See, it's moving very quickly here, and it kind of slows back down, and then it keeps going. There's that bug. Yeah, that's that bug, and then it's gone. It's out of the frame. In 11 seconds, it moved the entirety of the sky. That's a lot. That's quite a bit of stuff to do in 11 seconds. And it has no indicator lights. Look at the distance it covered in 11 seconds. My God. It has no indicator lights, and it seems to change shape. It doesn't have a full shape. It's kind of oblong, kind of like the Tic Tac. But then it kind of gets a little more circular towards the end here. And then it gets smaller and smaller. And then it goes away. It's gone. Boom. That's insane. That is insane. So that happens at 8 o'clock. Let's say 8 o'clock. Then we get to about 8:30 now. So now we get to about 8:30. It's getting a little darker. And a separate UAP comes up. But I think it's the same UAP. I think it came back. Now let's watch this. Again, this is right up in the corner. This is in the same area where it goes. And then look at this. So I want you to see this. So this is in the UAP. So we'll go over this right now. So if you see here, this isn't a UAP. This is actually better. Because look, you can see the indicator light right here. It's blinking on and off. It looks more circular. It's not as oval-like. It's blinking on and off. And this looks to be some sort of plane or a drone. So you can see that right there. You can see it right there on the end too. And then, so that's roughly the same area where like a plane is. So then I want to show you the difference here. Then this is where the second UAP enters the equation. So this is a good maybe hour later, 30 minutes later. So you saw a UAP, then you saw a plane that was kind of in the same area. Now watch for the second UAP, which I think is the same one, come back. Watch where it gets here in the equation here. Boom. I think same UAP, and look what I think happened here. And then we can see it gets larger, it gets brighter. And then what was that around it? Let's go frame by frame. Okay, then we can see back here. And then we go. It's starting to get larger. Oh, look right here. What did it do there? It did something there. It changed shape. Look, it changed shape. It's circle. It's kind of a smaller dot. It keeps going one frame, one frame, one frame, one frame, one frame. Still the same circle. And then it changes shape right there. Circle, circle, circle. Boom. It starts to go oblong, kind of oval shape. Again, like the Tic Tac. It goes oval shape. And it goes, and then it keeps going, and then it stays kind of that oval shape. Oh, look, right here. That was interesting. So look, we can actually see above it. It's either casting a shadow onto the sky, which doesn't make much sense, or there's something right above it that seems to be kind of in the same shape as it, but kind of translucent, which is odd. And then it's gone, like, immediately. And then it keeps going, it keeps going. It's going, it's going, it's going. Oh, look, right there. Something happened there. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. What happens there? What happens here? Look at that. There's a little tiny thing behind it. I think maybe that's when its propulsion starts to kick in for just a second. It leaves a little bit of a trail behind it for one frame. One frame of it leaves a trail. And that could mean it's just going super fast. I think that means it's going super fast. Look, 1 second leaves a trail. One frame. Not even a second. Let's see that. Yeah, a frame is a second. Well, not even. Really, it's like half a second. So for half a second, there's a light behind it, a trail behind it. Oh, it looks like for like 2 seconds. Boom. So it goes boom, boom, boom. Yeah, look at that. It has a light underneath it, light behind it, no light. Very odd. So then keeps going. And look at the way it's moving. This thing is moving quickly. It's not moving like a plane. It's moving curved. It's just going so quickly, too, and it's just not moving at all. Like, the center part of it's not moving. Look, this is interesting. It actually looks like it... Oh, this is crazy. Look, this thing actually, it moves. And then actually, at the last frame, when it cut off recording, very quickly, in one frame, it moves backwards. Quite a distance, too. It actually starts to reverse its propulsion. A plane cannot do that. A plane can't go backwards. A plane cannot go backwards. First of all, a plane cannot fly backwards. A plane can't fly backwards. It's just not how it works. It would have to fully 100% turn around, do a 180. This thing reverses its propulsion backwards. It goes forwards, and then in one frame it goes backwards. One frame it goes backwards. That is insane. That is quick, immediate propulsion backwards. This is 100% certifiable a UAP. There is no doubt about it in my mind. What we all just witnessed there was a UAP showing up 2 times. I believe the same UAP, if I would have had to guess. That's insane. It just doesn't happen. It's unheard of, and I caught it all on the Ring camera just by happenstance. But I really don't think it was too much of happenstance, because I think what happened was the main part of it was that we were looking for that. We went out looking for it. We kind of invited it, and that's when it happened. And that backs up my theory that they are really, UAPs are really more of an emotional, there's more of an emotional aspect to them than we know. I really don't think they're alien. I think it's totally something totally different. It's something totally like drastically not what we're thinking it is. I think it's something drastically different. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know, but I think UAPs are themselves sentient things. Sentient, I don't want to say creature, but maybe creature. They have a sentiency to them. And they have thoughts and feelings, I believe. I believe they are mainly react off of feeling. And they've done a lot of studies with like deep hypnotizing people, and then like they found that people who were in deep hypnosis or people who see a lot of UAPs can go into like an alpha state, a deep hypnotic state. And I think it's really more of like a feeling. There's a feeling aspect to UAPs that I think a lot of people overlook. But that's the video for today, guys. And yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you like today's video. Please share it on Instagram or Facebook. Just want to get some of my sightings out there. See you later.